Hello and welcome to Sim.bc, where it is 13:26, so just half past, or soon to be half past one, actually, in the dining time or afternoon, depending on how you see it. I'm giving up on this. In the afternoon, in my opinion, it's the afternoon. Even though, from my perspective today, it's the morning because I just woke up. Again, I know it's super bad. Anyway, so what has happened to me yesterday before we get into today's wild and burning topic? Well, yesterday didn't happen. Like, not much happened yesterday. I got moved from a group to another in HR and team management, in the HR and team management course, which basically means that, well, it doesn't have any implications at all, really. The only difference is that I'm going to hold a small presentation in 2 weeks instead of four, and I already did the previous presentation, or at least my part in it, because we're in groups. But that doesn't matter, because now I'm going to present leadership, yay, instead of motivation, which is also fine, but leadership is a bit more aligned with my own virtues and my own values, so to say. I love talking about leadership, actually. So I have this immensely that's not the way to say it. I have a very interesting idea of how I'm going to present leadership, because there are people in the group and I would like to take the ending, and then some people will say like, oh, this is about what leadership is and this is another type of leadership and blah 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 blah, all the usual boring stuff. And then in the end I will say like, oh, let's take a real life example and try to engage the group. And I came up with this yesterday in my bed, by the way, so that's why I'm talking through it as well, to see if it actually sound. So my idea is that I'm going to interact with the group, like with the people who are there, the audience, so to speak, and try to engage them in a guessing game. So I will list all of my own shortcomings on the board, and then I will say, can you guess which leader I'm talking about? And we will have narcissism, we will have a bit of a split personality, we will have stage frightness, we will have, well, I have many, but I don't remember them. After all, I'm blind to my own shortcomings in a way. I had to like put down a lot of effort figuring them out, even though it went really quickly yesterday, but that's because I thought about it for an hour before I wrote it down. Anyway, and then people will probably say like, oh, this dictator or this person that was kind of bad, and then I'll say, oh, good, good, good. And then I will try to animate it so on PowerPoint, so that the different shortcomings get divided into two groups, and I will have a black picture in the middle with a question mark on it. And then I will say, as you can see, it's talking about the person with a bit of a split personality, because some of the shortcomings are based in confidence and some of the shortcomings are based on insecurity. And I will have like insecurity shortcomings on one side and confident shortcomings on another. And then have this black picture in the middle, and I will say, with this new perspective, can you try and find someone else? Would you like to change your answer? Is there anyone else coming to mind when you see this, or anyone that just fits one of the criteria? And people will hopefully at least say like, oh, I have this person and this person and this person in mind. And in the end, I will be all like, plot twist, it's actually me. And we will see how that works out. I can see this go one of two ways. Either people are not going to participate and everybody will be silent, and when I reveal it's myself, everybody will be like, okay, I didn't listen at all, I was mostly on my phone and my computer and blah 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 blah. Or everybody will be engaged, and when I reveal myself, it will actually have an impact on the group, and people will be all like, what, no, really, that's you actually exchanged this personal information with all of your shortcomings with us? Anyway, it's gonna be all great. It's gonna be all good. What more happened yesterday? Probably not that much. At least nothing that is worth mentioning, I think. Anyway, I will probably find that out at a later date. Except that my French lesson was cancelled, or not cancelled, but like moved to next week. So no homework for a week. Yes. Even though it turned the optional parts into mandatory parts for next week. So take the good with the bad. Take the good with the bad. Anyway. So today I was thinking about talking about different dimensions of management. And I know that there are lots of different dimensions of management. There are, for instance, as I found out right now, just now when I was thinking about Googling a picture about it, resource dimensions, human dimensions, and institutional dimensions, leading to the NPS management, something like that. There is also the four dimensions of Birkenstein's four dimensions of management, which is managing across activities, managing down decisions, managing objectives, and managing individual motivation. Now, that is none of the things that I was thinking about. And I bet there's a lot more different dimensions. I can imagine that the commander model and all of that is also different dimensions of management. But what I was thinking about was top management. Oh my god, let's see it like this instead. Top management, middle management, and low management? Let's say baseline management or the base team. Sounds better, right? Do you say low management? This is why I wanted to have a picture, but I didn't find the one that I was looking for. So, unfortunate things happen for unfortunate reasons. Anyway, rather unfortunate things happen for good reasons. In this case, now the difference between these are that different managers are in different positions for different reasons, and this is something that most people would be like, yes, obviously that's the case. But then you ask them, so what are these different cases? What are the different things that you have to think about if you're in top management versus if you're in baseline management, so to say? And then people are all like, I have no clue. What can it be, really? And I'm like, dude, this is why I'm here. No, but we just went through this like 2 weeks ago in a information system course, so that might not be the optimal course to talk about this, but we'll see if it actually fits. And she talked about different different managers making different decisions, hence they are on different levels. So, for instance, you might have someone who's very good with analytical skills, hence they will be very good at looking at trends in society and overall and in the financial system and see where is the company going, where are we going with the company, and that's the spearhead of the company. In that teacher's opinion, I will just restate what we learned that day. Or rather what we learned, because I actually know it now, or I rather remember it now. So quotation marks was maybe a bit not necessary there. Anyway, I would say the top management is the one who is the spearhead of the economy. No, not of the entire economy. Well, basically it is, because if every company has a spearhead, then the spearheads together will be the spearheads of the economy. But that's a totally different related topic. Or, well, it is a related topic, but it's a different one for a different video, maybe in the future. Yeah. But anyway, the top management are the spearheads of the company. So in other words, the people who are making the decisions of where are we going with this company. Now, I would say that those are the analytical people who answer the question, what if we do this? You with me? What if we do this with the company? Where will we end up? Then middle management is more about how can we make a efficient decision? How can we make the company more efficient? Like, how can we see over the supply chain and make it more efficient? How can we save money? How can we make it more effective? And I know that this is something everyone in the corporation should think about at all times, but well, I would say that this their designated job in middle management to think about how do we make this more effective. We will need to see that this works, and if it doesn't work, you can answer the question, what's wrong? In a way, because I would say that that's baseline management, but that's related to another context. But I would say that middle management would say that what's wrong, how can we fix this, how can we make it more efficient, how can we come up with the next step in this evolutionary process so that we actually make it more effective. So we have the top management steering the company in different directions. We have the middle management thinking about how can we make this more effective since we're going in this direction. We know that, so how can we effectivize? That's not at all. I don't think that's a word. How can we make it more effective anyway in the company? And then we have the baseline managers who are in what do you say? They are in response. They are in control. Yeah, kind of. They're responsible, rather. They're responsible for their own teams. And when they are responsible for their own teams, they are thinking, how can we make this team work better? So it's a very baseline, very basic view of the team rather than the company. That's why you're at the baseline level. And I know that there are different levels of baseline, different levels of middle management, and different level of top management. I know that, but this is just to simplify it. So I would say in the baseline management, you have people down at the like grassroots level, and they are thinking mostly about how can we make this work relation better within our teams, and if a customer comes and asks something, we should have the response, like the knowledge, the know-how to actually answer them about these questions. Like if they come and say something's wrong with my product or the service I've received isn't up to standards, then you're, as the base manager, that's your responsibility to be the face of the company towards that customer. Because the middle management is talking more about internally in the organization. Now I know that's not all of them, but just say, for instance, because they're thinking about efficiency, and then the top management are the bridging internal and external, because they want to know where we're going. But the baseline manager, I would say, is mainly focused on the external parts of the company. So the customers, the products, the services that are talked about and asked for, and then they need to have the know-how to answer these questions. Now I know that was a bit of a rambly way of saying it, but anyway, top management know where we're going, middle management efficiency, oh, that's what you say, and baseline, just be a contact to the customer, be the face of the company towards the customer. Yeah, that's what I would say is the difference between them. Then they all have teams behind them, backing them up and helping them in the decision making and all of that, and it's all good. Anyway, that's all for today, mates. So have a good day, and we'll see, and I'll see you tomorrow.